The World Rugby Pacific 4 competition continues here at Auckland's Waitakere Stadium. Kia ora, good afternoon and welcome along. It is match number 2 for the day. The Black Ferns taking on Canada. Good crowd that is built during the day here in West Auckland. And they'll be looking forward to seeing what the man who just walked out of the shot, Wayne Smith, has cooked up.
Go wara, go wara, go wara, kitana tuku, go wara, kitana tuku, go to, go matara.
Now the teams are officially welcomed onto the field here at Waitakere Stadium. Ruahei Demont leading out the New Zealanders, Sophie de Goody leading out the Canadians. Apologies for the silence out of respect for our welcome party. I'm sure you've read the team lists and understand that it's a very big day for Hazel Tubic today, starting her first test at number 10. Kendra Coxedge, record setter last week. No one has played more tests for the Black Ferns than the young halfback.
Been in and out of the team since 2013, Hazel Tubic, and she gets her first start at 10, something I think the country will be applauding and excited to see.
Good to see Renee Whitcliffe back in the side too. She'll start off the bench today. Let's go now to the national anthems.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and join us in singing the national anthems of Canada and New Zealand.
passion we've come to expect from Black Ferns teams. This the 16th test between Canada and New Zealand. 15 wins so far for New Zealand. Canada still searching for their first victory. For now, though, they'll line up and face the haka. Leads the haka, ko uhia mai. Goosebump stuff right there, Les Elder.
Oh, it's always a proud moment to be able to witness that haka, but to perform it as well. And you could feel the mana coming through the girls. Cool to see Renee back out there for the Black Ferns, but also to lead the haka today.
44th test match today for Renee Wycliffe. Sophie de Goody was player of the day last week against the USA. It was a big win for Canada, match day 1. But this Black Ferns side is looking for a statement. Amber McLaughlin has the whistle for this one.
I don't have you.
Just having a little comms issue with the referees at the moment.
Just speaking about the Sophie de Goody, there's also Kaipo Olsen-Baker had an outstanding game. Both number 8s were player of the match last week in round 1 of the Pacific Series, so it'll be a bit of a battle of the 8s today, and a great battle to watch.
While we get the comms sorted out, we'll get the commentary sorted out. Eloise Blackwell sideline. Looking forward to this one, Eloise.
Very much so. We've got some good weather down here field side, for some running rugby from the Black Ferns.
Interesting to note that there was some comments made by Maggie Cogaroa, who refereed the first match today, that the ground was just cutting up a little bit. There were a lot of scrums, a lot of mauls in that first match today. Will that have any impact at all, you think, Les, on the way the Wahine go about their business in this one?
Yeah, it could do, especially when we've seen, I think in that previous game, Arabella McKenzie kicked it down and that ball hung up because the patch is a bit ripped up there. So it could have an impact on how far that ball travels if we are kicking for territory.
One thing's for certain, as you look at your screen on the right-hand side, just in front of the goal line, where most of the play took place in match 1, it looks like some wild pigs have been let loose.
I think that's where both teams actually found a lot of their attacking momentum.
Old school. Ruby Tui is dancing for a change.
Yep, she's always a vibe of Ruby Tui, and here she is again, putting on some acts for the crowd. Everyone at home, welcome in.
She is a vibe. It's the best description of her yet. Eloise, we had a conversation in the build-up show about some of the impact players in the side. One we didn't talk about was Amy Duplessis, who's making her test debut for the Ferns today at 13. Her combination with Ruahei Demont, who's moved out to 12. How do you see that forming? Because it'll have to form quick.
Yeah, Amy Duplessis, she's an exciting young player, and she'll look to get involved very early, and I think her running off Ruahei there is a really great option. Lou will take it to the line, and Duplessis is going to be put into some holes. So yeah, look to watch out for her hitting the line at pace and looking for those offloads.
I think just to add to that too, Ella, like Amy, as we know her, you know, she's a hard worker, she's non-stop, she'll go the full 80 or whatever she's given today. But one thing that probably people at home might not know is she's a hard hitter too. For someone quite small, she loves the contact.
Tafito Lafaeli, another for the Black Ferns today, making a starting debut and moving into the number 7 jersey. Came off the bench on the side of the scrum last week, but to start at 7 today, that's a big elevation for Tafito.
And Ella would know Tafito really well. She's one of your girls from the Storm, from the Blues here, Ella. She's an athlete, isn't she?
She sure is. I'm very proud of Tafito here, getting her first start in the black jersey, and she'll look to really rise to that challenge today. And as soon as she can get the ball in her hands, as soon as she can get into this game, and yeah, I hope to see her ranging down the sideline in her big storming runs that she's known for.
Now well, we are time on here. Black Ferns taking on Canada. Cal Juvie with the kickoff. Straight down the middle of the park, unorthodox you might say, and beautifully picked up by Kaipua Olsen-Baker. Straight into her work and straight into her opposite, Sophie de Goody. Good tap on play. They are straight off the mark here, the Black Ferns, and they're playing at pace. Nangwu up to the halfway line and beyond.
And already we're seeing the game plan that Wayne Smith has wanted to get this team unleashing.
Kick over the top's clever from Kendra Coxedge, cleaned up by Paige Ferris.
Ball's there.
Brianna Miller reaches in. Now some work to do. Big shot put on. That was Tyson Bukaboom, who was wonderful last week herself.
She was outstanding last week, Bukaboom.
Hands in the ruck, flowing the ball.
First penalties conceded as the Black Ferns just tried to slow down Canada's recycling.
How good was that tip-on pass from Philippa Love there? Gets her start this week, back in the squad. She'll add that experience. She's a great scrummager, but she can also ball play as well.
That's a lovely ball.
Okay.
Jonah Nangwu is getting a start this week as well.
Yeah, thank you. Sit there. Open up on your front man. On there you go.
Well, you could easily argue that Tanya Kalunavale, Luca Connor played their way in to the side this week after bench performances. And match day one, and Pip Love, we know what she can do. Wasn't in the 23 last weekend, so it's just come fresh into the side for this one.
And moments like that always, you know, ignite a bit of a fire internally, and girls that get the opportunity want to make a real impact in the time that they get on the field, and those girls did that.
Carry then from Emily Tutosi at the back of the maul. Taken into contact by Cal Juvie. It's good direct running from the Canadians. They're very good at it. And that'll be a penalty. You can't do that.
Was she the only Black Fern in the ruck there, though? Might have been hugged up by there, Lana. Could be wrong.
Number 3, side entry to the maul.
Oh, there we go.
Original penalty against Kalunavale. Coming back for the advantage there after Brenda was able to disrupt the play.
That's
and a good kick. There's Tanya Kalunavale. Thought she'd scored her maiden test try last weekend, but was disallowed.
Might have been hard done by, but yes, she was in there. A bit of a technicality there.
Tutosi gets a message from DeMerchant. Scored 2 tries last week, Olivia DeMerchant, number 1 for Canada. Very well organised team at line-out time too. Sarah Svoboda climbing high, the number 7. Tutosi has it at the back. They need to get the drive working here, and they do. They've had a first warning for stopping. That more will collapse. And that was taken down by Canada.
Great defensive action there by Luca Connor and Kalunavale swimming through the middle. That is a specialty of Connor's. She's very experienced in that more D. And right there we've seen the two pair up together and cause some disruptions.
First scrum, girls, wait for my call. Balance and stability.
I think last week we seen the Australians take the driving more to the Black Ferns early, and they didn't. They actually got hit back a little bit, so good to see them come out in this first defensive maul and disrupt it. They'll take great positives out of that.
Time on. Let's go.
Infinite Buisa on the side of the scrum. Here's De Goody. Taken down.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Scrum goes straight to deck. Olivia De Merchant that
Let's bring
time
our
just
feet up, shoulders up as well.
completely
Shoulders
slipping.
above hips. Oh, sorry, where you were. No, that was for them. Apologies. Make sure we're in on the bind. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Off the back is Olsen Baker, shakes out of one. So powerful out of the boot is Olsen Baker. Now Kalunavale, De Merchant up to meet her. Needed some help too from Dalika Menon. Tubic, crossfield kick, looking for Saeli, finds her. Elena, should I say it, Charlotte Inga. Had three inside, waited for Tafito Lafaeli to catch up. The ball may have been better to be passed early, but another sparkling run from Isha Inga. Spilling out this time, has to do some clean-out work as well. Kendra Coxedge disrupted at the back, and Svoboda trying to get over the top for the turnover. Through the hands of Ngan Wu, gone backwards, but it's been picked up and taken on by Menon. Brianna Miller throws a wild pass across the face of the line. Pamphonette Buisa, is that pass forward? Not called. And Ferries does her best to get Canada out of trouble here. Back for Miller. Perry trying to get it across through Tessier into the hands of Gonzalez. She's toying with the touchline, but manages to keep the ball in play. Plenty of time, ball in hand in this game so far. Both teams throwing a lot at it. There is Taylor Perry. Puts it high, it'll hold in the breeze. And takes an evil bounce in field. It's put down, but it's gone backwards and picked up by Bremner. Found herself in the right place.
It's a long, continuous phase of play for both teams. Good passages, and unlucky there from Ruahei de Mont. We can see what the New Zealanders are trying to do. They're trying to play that offloading game. And what a passage of play from both teams.
I'm still trying to figure out why I thought Elena Saeli was playing in the game.
You know what was cool to watch was Hazel Chubbuck doing a crossfield kick from their 22, and then the run by Aish there. But I have to give kudos to young Tafito, as a great open side flanker does, with the offload and to keep that momentum going.
Well, it all took place in front of you, Ella. Goodness me, what a period of play.
I know, and that's just what we talked about in the build-up with Hazel Tubic. You know, her skill set is second to none, and the confidence from her to put that kick across there for Aisha there, and Tafito there in support. Just unlucky that we couldn't capitalise completely on that, but really good signs from the Black Ferns early on.
No, it was against you girls. Yeah. Where are we going?
It was a late shot. Way back in the play.
I'm trying to work out where you are. Yeah, right, stop there, and then come back in towards the field.
Back?
Come in, yep, keep going.
Give me a thumbs up when I'm there. Oh, right.
There you go.
Tackle off the ball.
Off the ball shot from one of the Black Ferns. Don't have that footage for you right this second, but as it stands, Canada will clear for touch and take the penalty advantage with a line-out throw. Have a look at it here. And there is the play.
Hold there, Black.
Fair enough. Test day, Bird. Just want to tackle everything that moves.
Yeah, she's just getting herself into the game.
Throw's not straight, and the Black Ferns will have some bonus ball here.
A couple of first touches from players who have got their first starts today. Obviously, Hazel Chubbuck getting her first start as a 10, and with the confidence she's showing already. And even Tawhito there with her first start and the confidence she's displaying, some cool little moments for them, which will give them confidence for the game.
Should point out too that we had a ball delivery kid today. It was Poppy Porter, daughter of Hannah Porter, former Black Fern herself. Lovely moment for Poppy, following in Mummy's footsteps.
I actually got to see a photo of her last night at the Black Ferns capping ceremony. She's in a photo with Kendra Coxedge, and she's taller than her.
Doesn't surprise. Black Ferns getting a rumble on here. Yan Wu flips it back for Chubik, who just holds on in the tackle. Canada very adept at getting players in the way behind the breakdown. Duplessis with a strong carry, picks and goes again. That's why I thought Alina Saley was playing, because she played at school with Amy Duplessis.
Yep, and all the offloading going on. I can see why you made the mistake there.
Mate. She's a long day. Here's Tui. Try to get in the game, and instead she gets a Buisa sandwich.
No advantage. Knocking off red.
You know what? You're getting the outside backs coming off their edges. Ruby's come off her far wing here to get involved in the game. You've had Amy Duplessis go in and play half. So looks like there's a bit of a free license to play, and the girls are taking that free license.
I think if we understand the coaching philosophy of the current coaching group, a lot of it is around seizing the opportunity, sizing up the play and just going for it. Play what's in front of you.
100%. We are an instinctual team, and I think having that freedom to play is how we play our best rugby.
Backline split.
Bind.
Tui directly behind the scrum for an option play, maybe off Chubik.
Early.
That's an early engage, and Kaipo Olsen-Baker needs no second invitation. Look at her go! 7 out from the line. Now the skipper, Demont. Plenty of numbers over the ball. They'll pick again. Yan Wu. Set it for Luca Connor. Inching ever closer to Canada's goal line here.
And that red.
Just a massive flop from Menon behind the breakdown, trying to stifle the play. That's a professional foul all day long.
Number 7.
Instead, the penalty goes against Svoboda.
That is a pressure penalty, that one there, giving that one away under immense pressure from the Black Ferns. Man, how exciting does this team in black look?
They're going to calm things down. The shot has been called, but Ella, some of the play here, the interchange, the passing, it's first class.
It sure is, and it's really exciting to see the girls letting that ball go now, and this will be good, yeah, as Liz said, just to settle things down, knock the points over and go back, reset, and come straight back at the Canadians.
Yeah, good respect too, shown. Speak a lot about momentum in the game, and whether if you've got a team on the ropes looking for the line-out drive, the try option is better advised. But in a situation like this, a lot of respect between these two teams, and it's a Black Ferns side still trying to find their feet.
Yeah, the Black Ferns will know how much of a quality side this Canadian team is. Here we have, though, it looks like we've got the kicking duties has been changed around. Kendra Coxedge usually takes the kicks, but we've got Hazel Chubik leading here.
First kick of the match for Chubik, and she nails it. First 3 points go to New Zealand, 3-0.
Yes.
Oh, there he is. Sir Ted.
When you're ready.
Studious man.
Yeah, moving around the pitch. We've just seen him up here earlier.
That's it.
We're inside, stop.
Kendra Coxedge from deep inside the 22. Here's Ellery. Up from fullback. Good run from Alyssa Ellery. And a good tackle made too by Tanya Kunavalik.
She had to make that tackle too. And she was going for a run, Ellery.
Canada still have the ball on the New Zealand 10-metre line. Perry, second man plate. Out to Ferris. Miller. Looking for running options. It's Bookaboom this time, just tipped it on. It's gone loose. Demont on the chase. She's hissing Ruahei Demont. Finally picked up by Kaljuvi.
Luca Connor's come over the top of that. Oh, unsuccessful there.
Bookabun trying to get his side out of trouble here, just outside their own red zone. Courtney Holcamp was waiting for the pass. Instead, she realised they were going to get pushed off the ball. Big drive, New Zealand. Big counter ruck, big play.
High fives all round and the tap and go. We can see what this Black Ferns team is looking to do. Beat them physically, but keep the momentum of the game running fast as well.
Shot called.
They've gone for the 3 though. Again, not to underestimate this Canadian team. They're absorbing the pressure at this moment. They might be happy with that.
Well, you can certainly see the tempo with which this New Zealand side is trying to play.
Just make sure your girls are getting your hands out of there.
It is fast and furious out there.
And I haven't sat down once. 14 minutes on my feet.
I was going to say, you're making me uncomfortable, standing pacing around the place.
It's just the passion.
I've got Ella on the sideline who just wants to get in the game. You pacing up and down, goodness me.
Sure am, and the bench has just walked past me here, and yeah, they're excited to get themselves into the game too.
Tubic looking for a second penalty for the day, and she's nailed it. 6 points to 0. Hazel Tubic, starting debut at 10, has started brilliantly.
Outstanding rugby from the Black Ferns. Quite a clinical display of rugby. They're playing momentum, but they're also just getting their points on the board as well, which I think will just open up the licence that they've obviously been given.
That one goes straight over the top, and I think out on the full. Not according to our assistant referee, who says that bounced. New Zealand will have the ball regardless.
Looked like the sun might have been shining straight into Alana Bremner's eyes there. I'm not too sure. Definitely gone right over top of her.
Tricky conditions, that wind. It's not consistent. Gusty day here in Auckland, so tough to read. We've seen a few moments in the earlier match today. Ngan Wu comes around, takes the ball in front. Cox Edge is there. Canada's defensive line creeping up. Solid carry from Pip Love. Back for Cox Edge. Now Tafito Lafaeli. So hard to put down on first attempt, but then the ball comes loose in the tackle. And Canada.
Pam Fournette, I think. She's a sneaky player, that Pam Fournette. So she goes well.
Canada back on attack. Miller. Short side to work with. Svoboda. Back for Miller. Bookabun. She won't pass. Good contact made on her as well. Miller again. Bremner's up quickly. They shut down Perry. Miller calls for the penalty. Instead, it will go against Canada for holding on. Team effort at the bottom of that one. Getting up with a smile is Pip Love.
And she's saying, selectors, here I am. Might not have made the team last week, but here I am today, having a great start for the Black Ferns as veteran Pip Love.
Anna Bremner with a good tackle, and then look how quickly Pip Love got over the top. Textbook stuff, Ella.
It sure was, and good to see the tidies doing the hard work there, and also being rewarded for it. Just unlucky that kick didn't go out there from Ruahei Demont.
Yeah, it's a big mistake from the Ferns, and it allows Canada to get themselves back into the New Zealand half through the boot of Brianna Miller. Shea Robbins-Venti over the top. Amy Duplessis straight up just tripped over something.
Bit of a sniper there in the crowd. Where are you? She'll be, won't like that now, but there will be a moment where she'll laugh at that, I'm sure.
It was weird. She went to turn around and take the pass, and up, a slip and a trip, and then Hazel Tubic just couldn't catch up with the bounce.
I think it probably actually just shows how soft it might be out there on the turf. Which is, you know, it's been a couple of weeks of heavy rain in New Zealand, so understandably so.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Oh, big shunt from the Black Ferns. Big shunt.
Knock on by the 8.
That is an incredible scrum from this black pack.
The set piece dominance has been enforced so far already. Again on screen, Pip Love, Luca Connor, and then Tanya Kalonevali. 3 powerhouses taking their team forward.
They'll have the loose head feed here, New Zealand.
Got Ruby Tui stacked behind the scrum again. Interesting to see what they do here. They've also got a big blind here outside Michelle and Ruahei Damon.
They come up inside. Ruby Tui uses the decoy on the play. Down to the 10-metre line. Waiting for that one is Ellery. Looks good with ball in hand, Alyssa Ellery. And she manages to get herself to deck. Ball is there for Miller. Bookaboom loses that one.
Got back.
Gets away with a big call in their favour, Canada. Here's the captain, Sophie de Goody. Put down by Alana Bremner. Perry. Here's Shay Robbins-Reti. Gets a fend working. Not once, but twice. Perry knew all about that. Now Aisha Letiinga. She is just lightning. Bremner can't get the offload away. Chubik again. With the wipers for Tui to chase, and Tui's chasing hard. Got to get out of trouble here, Tessier, and she does just that. Robbins ready. Wow, she didn't want to take the risk and knock it on, so the ball goes into touch, and it's a points victory for that one right there. Alex Tessier.
How about that break from Aisha Letiinga? She's awesome with ball in hand. She's hard to take down. And then great support play again by the Lucy Alana Bremner to be able to connect that play.
I'm not sure yet.
Started both games so far in the series and was outstanding in terrible conditions for a winger last week. Aisha Letiinga. She just hit to the sideline now.
She's a solid performer, Aisha, a very consistent part of the Black Ferns team since she debuted in 2018. But she's also brings a lot to the field, to the team off the field as well, with her energy and enthusiasm. She's a great person to have in your side.
Just a wee break in play here. I think our refereeing team might be having a nosy. Just not sure what.
We're
Wonder
just
if they're
getting
looking
the
at.
angles now, mate. Okay, so
Wonder
to
if
go
they're
up on the
looking at
screen,
the
but I'm looking at the footage
Ruby.
now. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Maggie Cogaror assisted. Amber McLaughlin assisted today by Tyler Miller and Lauren Jenner. Sarah Cox is the TMO.
Right, so it should be coming up on the screen now for you, mate.
That's the tackle there that they're looking at. Amy Duplessis, who wrapped up Renee Gonzalez. They're just checking on a neck roll
Yeah,
there.
it's coming now, and then I'll talk you through that angle, okay? So I'm just struggling to get that on the big screen for you at the moment. We're just waiting for the director. Right, if you watch here, okay, so 13 clears the red player, number 14 out by the neck, okay? It's a clear neck roll, and it'll be a penalty back where the mark is, which I will give you next, okay?
So I've got 13 black, contact on red player.
So the problem for
round head,
Duplessis
and
is
then it's
the
continue to
left
hold up
arm is
and
wrapped
pull her
around
over.
Gonzalez's
There's danger in it, so I'm
neck,
going to be going yellow card for it.
and she
Do
does
we agree?
affect the clean out. And while I don't think Gonzalez is in any way perturbed or hurt by that,
Is that what you're agreeing with Coxie as well?
Completely agree with
Well,
that.
they're
Just
agreed,
repeat what I'm
they-
saying, Lauren. I completely agree with
Yeah.
her.
Okay, cool. Get at the mark, 20 key.
so Duplessis will be penalised for a neck roll. We'll come
I'm
back
just
to that
working out where
part
you are on
of
the
the
pitch
field.
and where this has happened, okay? So it's going to be inside. Guys, just listen for a second. It's going to be inside the Canadian half, okay? On the 10-metre
So we're
line.
going to go back here for a penalty. against your 13 for high contact and a neck roll. Penalty only, but it's back over here at the ruck. Okay, so it's against your team. It was not that too far along ago, actually. We don't have comms, so it's a bit hard to, by the time I get contact. Penalty for you guys for a neck roll.
Keep the wrist dry for later.
Well, complicating things for Amber McLaughlin, the on-field referee, is that her communication system's not exactly working at 100%. So Lauren Jenner's having to ferry messages between the TMO and the on-field referee. And finally, we can get back to some live footy. Alex Tessier. Takes the kick, finds touch. 6 points to 0, 21 minutes gone. The Black Ferns will know that there is an advantage with the breeze at the back, which Canada will enjoy in the second half. So points now become a priority. Tatosi with the throw. Coming forward is De Goody. She brings it down. There to support was Bukaboom. And Pamphonette Buissa high in the maul as well. They get the drive going, Canada. Bread and butter stuff for the Canadian side, and they'll have the advantage. Caljuvi. Solid run from the midfielder. Back for Miller. Tipped on. Tessier can't evade this tackle, but sets it back for Brianna Miller. Good this from Canada. Courtney Holtkamp. And Tanya Kalunavale couldn't help herself.
Need to be careful there, Kalunavale. That's 2 penalties there in a row.
Over from the far side as well, if you'd like
Just needs to maintain her discipline because the ref will be watching her now.
Yeah, that was a dangerous play, especially given the momentum Canada had built. And it looks so obvious too. I think our referee Amber McLaughlin may have been a little lenient.
Girls, once
on
you're around
Tanya
that ball,
Kalunavale.
don't change your bind, come back to the back. Number 3, be careful.
She gets to be careful now from the referee. A caution, some would say.
You can hear that wind coming through the audio there.
De Goody brought it down, but they didn't quite have them all set here, Canada. And that's allowed Kaipo Olsen-Baker to come through. It didn't matter. Menon went away with it. Then the ball's dropped. It's gone backwards, says the referee. That one hasn't.
The pressure that the Black Ferns are applying to this Canadian team, you know, the urgency on their defensive line speed, it's actually forcing the errors of the Canadians, and they'll be pretty happy with that. I've got to say, there's an energy about this Black Ferns team today. They're chasing everything, they're diving on everything. Maybe something that they weren't happy with last week, but they're definitely doing it today.
Yeah, you're right. It's a team that looks dynamic all of a sudden. I know they're only 6 points up on the board, but already like there's a lot of trust in how they're trying to play the game. And if they want to play a game like this, they've got to be fit enough to play it. Cox Edge with a tap on Olsen-Baker, and then that one slides off the side of the boot. Easy pickings for Paige Ferris.
Great takedown by Shael Robbins-Ritty there, but Canada hot on the attack.
Ball was out, kick downfield. Now some pressure on Canada. Jonah Nunwu, look at her motor. Got rid of Perry, who was playing an excellent block. Picked up and driven again.
Back we go.
Renee Gonzalez has started the game well, the right winger for Canada. Replaced Poulain today. Comes off the boot, it's gone loose, and then Cox Edge with a small knock on.
Oh, I think she's seen the opportunity before she had her hands on the ball there. Unlucky for Kendra at the back of the ruck there. But how exciting was that? And what a chase from Jonah Nunwu.
of the more pleasing aspects in the first couple of weeks, isn't it, Ella, of just the athleticism of the front five for this Black Ferns side.
Yeah, definitely, and Jonah's actually one of the fastest girls in the squad, and she just showed exactly that right there, and she's just chasing everything, and it's gonna pay off for her soon enough if she just keeps working hard.
Brianna Miller feeds the scrum. Black Ferns have had the ascendancy in this area of the game. Off the back came to Goody. Gonzalez now chasing the kick, but to no avail. Into touch on the full.
Great attacking opportunity now for the Black Ferns. Again, maintaining the pressure on top of the Canadian ladies. And here they are with the line out. Wonder if we'll see one of those trick plays that we've seen last week. Bit of a wraparound down the side, or a bit of a inside ball from Luca Connor to an ace.
Yeah. Just come up here. Just come in a bit. What? Come in a bit. Thank you.
Aisha Letiinga is waiting. She's got the line. There it is. Now Damon tried to get the pass away. It's come off a boot. Still live. Picked up by Lafayette. Charging for the line. Just short. Tanya Kalunavale tries to barge her way over, and she's knocked the ball on.
Oh, she'll be disappointed with that one, Tanya, but lucky they had the advantage.
First knock on by Red.
We did have an exciting special play come off that line out. Luca Connor, Aisha Letiinga combo with a great offload to Ruahei Demont on screen now.
Yeah, can't really find a good patch right here.
And Lafayette
About the same, so.
pumping her legs forward, falling short of the line.
Well, she missed out last week. She's missed out again here. Back to the core job for Tanya Kalunavale, which is to anchor the scrum. Solid platform. Olsen Baker this time went too early.
I think we just seen a replay of a scrum play they played last week with Kendra Coxedge faking blind and Kaipo having to go off the back of the scrum, unfortunately. Just a handling there at the back of that scrum there, but yeah, quite a condensed back line there from the Canadian side, which meant there was space out here on Ruby Tui's edge as well.
Interesting to think about the first 28 minutes of the game and the small mistakes that are being made. They're mistakes where your mind's ahead of your body. But what it shows me is they are dialed into the plan. And I know you sometimes look at things as just straight up skill error, poor execution. I think in the case is that it's so set upon playing this fast tempo game. And that as a coach, you're probably not overly worried about it. You'll be saying, just settle down. You're just a split second ahead of yourselves. Bring it back.
Yeah, I think that's a great observation there, Sumo, and probably one that we've just seen unfold. The girls know where they want to get to. It's maybe just being a bit more present, staying in the moment and being patient, I think, too.
Another good kick into the breeze from Alex Tessier.
Open up on your front man. Let's go in black.
Out the back. Tossi rather just shoveled it onto Taylor Perry, who to me always looks better when she's running with the ball, and the referee's had enough here.
Oh, no.
Amber McLaughlin has had a gutsful.
And she's looking at Kalunavale. Oh.
Australia go down, or should I say New Zealand go down a player. Tanya Kalunavale goes to the bin, which means someone else is spending 10 minutes on the sideline because they'll need a front row replacement.
Yeah, who's that? They might drop Alana Bremner, the number 6 for the Black Ferns, if they go to a scrum. Should be a bit of a pity for her, but we did say earlier that Kalunavale needed to be careful with her penalty count. She was cited earlier today, but they just had no tolerance for that.
Brianna Miller does well to pick that up off her bootlaces. Tessier. It's good from Canada. Perry again, trying to shake the tackle of Coxedge. Gonzalez runs into a brick wall. Roos this time making that tackle. Ball is there for Miller. Perry. Pass went behind Sarah Svoboda, and she's been called for a knock-on.
Looks like Pip Love's gone down there too. But just look like Canada seem a bit flustered on attack there. Again, the New Zealand line speed, their defence is forcing the pressure. But they just don't look as fluid and as confident as what the New Zealanders are on attack.
Anything from your side? Hey, anything from your side?
It's been a fast half of footy, that's for sure. Tyson Bookabum laying down the law in the Canadian huddle. One of the interesting components so far for the Black Ferns for me, Ella, has been a reticence to kick long and kick for territory. Most of the kicks have been chaseable, wipers kicks, or the short ones in behind. Have they read it slightly wrong here, the Ferns, or is this just the style?
Well, earlier on this week they actually had a kicking session with Daniel Carter, so I know they were practicing those types of kicks, so that could be something that they've identified in the Canadian team that they could exploit. So yeah, I thought they would probably be using the wind a little bit more for territory, given the strength of it, but yeah, we'll see what rolls out with the last 10 minutes of the game, half here.
Don't forget, Rugby World Cup app is available. QR code on your screen, the official Rugby World Cup app. Whatever your device, the app is there for you, and it'll be handy to have come October when Rugby World Cup 2022 is finally played on our shores.
How good is this crowd today too, Sumo? Looks like we've got almost a full house here at Waitakere Stadium. See a few familiar faces out there as well. Honey Hiddemead out there. Ex-Black Fern, Sosili Talawatoa with her little baby there. A few of our Black Ferns are up last night for the Black Ferns capping ceremony, so cool to see them out in the crowd today.
Yeah, there's also some White Ferns here today as well. Saw Katie Perkins earlier, former White Fern, so they're coming from all corners to support the Black Ferns.
And changes here for the Black Ferns being made with Alana Bremner coming to the side and Amy Rule coming on there for tight head prop.
Just hold your pushes.
Thanks, Ella. Oh, Ruby Tui's going to pack down in the scrum. Of course she is.
Crouch.
Oh, she's going to love this. Look at her go. Look at her technique,
Bind.
team.
She thinks she's back in sevens.
New props here, or new prop. Just let's get it to bind on.
Whole 60 kgs of her adding value to that pack.
She actually did a stint in club rugby up in Auckland for the Ponsonby Phillies, where she played sevens, so she's pretty familiar with the side of the scrum here.
Crouch.
That's true. I remember that,
Bind.
Ella. Playing for Ponsonby. Was that 2020?
Yep, our championship year.
Did you have to sneak that one in, did you?
Sure did, Sumo.
Here's Coxedge. Oh, great pace from Ruahei Demont. Just couldn't get the pass away. If she had, Duplessis was gone. They stay on the short side. Maya Roos with another great carry. Ball is there for Coxedge.
Back.
Just trying to get rid of it as quickly as they can. There's Pip Love again.
Release red.
Knee strapped straight up the guts. Demont gets through. Oh, hey, Demont just didn't have the support. Joni Ngan had slightly overrun the play, but does a good job on the pick and go. Here's Rule. Canada under the pump here.
Okay.
As the Black Ferns find their groove. Love putting her hand up for more. Luca Connor 7 metres out from the Canadian line. Coming straight through is Sophie de Goody, who has just reached into the ruck and picked the ball up. That's incredible.
Well, the Black Ferns will be disappointed with that because they kind of just watched her take that ball. They probably had an opportunity to remove her there, but de Goody stepping up for her team in a crucial moment.
Taylor Perry didn't want to take the kick herself. Canada fancy themselves running out of their own 22. Outstanding job of doing so. Was taken back in though. Now Tui with plenty of open country to exploit. Drops it off for Chubik. Chubik now looking for the corner. And a fine kick from Hazel Chubik.
What a kick, Hazel Chubik. That was great work by the 10, just to control the tempo, bring it back their way. And now they're in a great position to put some pressure on. Really loving the what the girls from who have possibly not been involved in the team last week or have come off the bench, what they've done in this half when they've been given the opportunity. You know, it's an awesome place for our team to be in, having the selection headaches that we have at the moment.
Messier line out time this time. New Zealand get the turnover. Luca Connor, who was so good last week off the bench.
Release.
Now Coxedge. Chubik looking for width. Chubik on the wraparound over the top of everyone.
You could see what they're trying to do there. I think if that pass had gone out wide one phase earlier, we would have had a different story there, but just couldn't get that ball away. That one there, Ruahei out to Shayel, might have been a try there. That Winch just picked up that pass from Chubik.
Oh, there.
Just looked like they just misread the stack inside the 15-metre line. Tafito Lafayette, if she had kept her width, rather than looking to cut back in, there may have been a pass option there.
Bandage knock on.
Oh, knocked on by Canada this time, so New Zealand will get the ball again.
Knocking off the top.
Canadian team seems a little different to that of last week. Would you say, Sumo?
A lot more tentative. When they're not being allowed to play the way the US allowed them to play last week.
That's true. There's a Black Ferns team is definitely putting on the pressure when they don't have the ball and applying it when they do.
Well, they've had enough possession. Canada leading the possession stats so far in the game. The territory slightly in favour of New Zealand, but certainly not as marked as we saw in the first game today. Got enough to play with Canada. Just finding the going just slightly tougher.
To get the binds. I'm not going to keep resetting for you two each
They
day,
tackled well too, the Black Ferns today.
I think too last week we've seen the Black Ferns trying to run it, offload it from their own 22, as now they're actually dominating on the stats in terms of time and opposition 22.
Bind. Set. Hold.
Closing it on the half-time mark here. Coxedge drops it off for Letienga. I don't think I've ever seen a carry from Letienga that has not made metres. Out to the left. Roos, and the pass is dropped, and Buis is there. Canada again earn a reprieve, and then they get the penalty to boot.
I think we just seen another example of playing ahead of the play. Like, I think Ruahei's seen where she wanted that ball to go, but just a handling error before actually being able to execute that. I think if the Black Ferns can really fine-tune the detail around those passes, around their patience in their play, it's gonna pay off.
I think you're right. It almost feels like they just need to slow things down 5%. And then they'll find it all starts to click.
Wayne Smith will be probably saying, no, guys, we're speeding everything up.
No, yeah. Get a sub on for her. Yeah, they're just trying to maintain it a little bit.
Some deep breaths being taken in the huddle here. One thing I would say, Ella, is I don't know whether Ruahei Demont prefers 10 or 12, but having Hazel Chubik at 10 today has given her an awful lot of freedom to play. I've seen her have more of an impact, I think, in the first 37 minutes today at 12 than I saw last week.
It sure has, and those two complement each other very well. And like Hazel, Lou's very good at reading the game and playing what's in front of her. And you've just seen some of her touches where she's taken the ball to the line in two hands and actually made some really good gain line and freed up her arms a few times too to get that offload away. So yeah, Lou's looking very good out there.
Not to mention the fact the Black Ferns have spent the last 8 minutes with 14 players.
Yeah, you wouldn't think, hey? They've been playing like they've got 20 out there.
Tessier again. Looks for touch and finds it just short of the 10-metre line.
We just have a blood bin replacement here for Canada. Emily Tutusi has come off to get some attention, and Veronica Harrigan's come on to replace her.
You go the flaring out. Let's get 2 straight
Thanks,
lines.
Ella. There is Harrigan, straight into business here.
Hold there. Red, come on.
I think while New Zealand's had probably utilised the position and territory that they have created today, the Canadians would be not too fussed that it's only a 6-point lead.
Oh, great, wholeheartedly. Got to survive this draw, though. Now, there's another chance gone begging.
Taken down by black player. Your maul taken down by your player. Scrum, red ball.
It's been a very good half for Jonah Nganwu. There in the number 5 jersey. She's a good combination between her and Maya Roos as well.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you've got two skillful locks, both not afraid of the confrontation. I mean, Jonah loves it, but also have the ability to ball play. So it is a great locking combination. And we've got a few of those through the pack. Again, creates good selection headaches.
Chubik this time on defence, and it's solid. Canada, a minute to go until the break here at Waitakere Stadium. Chubik making another tackle on a power runner. Perry just held the pass up just long enough for Ferris to get in position. And Tui drives her back. That's Ellery. Good short ball. Saw a lot of that in game 1 from Canada. Keeping the ball close. Little tip-ons in contact. Here goes Taylor Perry again. She does look good running. Brianna Miller out to Buisa. Have the Canadians got a final say before the halftime break? De Goody. Miller back for Perry. Perry again looking to run closer to the line before throwing the pass. I think it's a good move.
Ball's there. Stop playing into her.
Brianna Miller, not for the first time trying to milk a penalty. Amy Rule, adjudged to be innocent. Now Menon. Bookaboom. Half-time hurt is gone. Numbers here for Perry to work with. Here's Ferris. And that one has gone innocuously into touch, and that will bring the half to a close.
Pass on.
Probably just seen there the first time that Canada's really had a bit of possession and been able to string a few phases together. They were obviously looking really good, so they'll be disappointed with that pass at the end there. But I think they'll be pretty happy with a six-point deficit there. You know, they've been under pressure for that first half, but they only go into the tunnel down by 6.
6 points to 0. It is the Black Ferns in front here at the halftime break as our Pacific 4 coverage continues. Trail by 6. But we know they are capable of firing shots of their own. Black Ferns have created plenty of opportunities, just have not had the execution to finish. So contrasting messages, I would have thought, at half-time, Les Elder. Canada, start getting your hurry on. For New Zealand, just calm things down, start holding the ball for longer periods.
Yeah, Canada won't want to let New Zealand get away with that attacking momentum in the start of the second half, so they'll be wanting to sort of enforce a bit of physicality and slow them down, and like Coach said, meet them at the gain line. At the moment, New Zealand's having they're making all the gain line carries, which is allowing them that momentum.
Yeah, some big carries too, the likes of Pip Love, Luca Connor, Jonah Nyanwu and Maya Roos. Strong with ball in hand, in particular from a forwards point of view, and of course Aisha Leteinga, every time she touches the ball. For me, the revelation's really been Ruahei Demont at 12. I've just loved the way she's played with that freedom today. She's hit great lines as well.
She has. That combination, 10-12 combination, is paying dividends. Both of them have shown that they want to run, but they also can put the border foot as well and create headaches with the kick.
Eloise Blackwell is sidelined with us for this one. Ella, what would your message to the Ferns have been at halftime, and also your message to the Canadians?
I think for the Black Ferns girls, it's all about patience now, just making sure that we're holding on to the ball and not forcing it too much. We've had some great territory and some good possession down the Canadians' half, so now it's just time to execute it. And for the Canadians, yeah, I'd be pretty happy coming into the second half with a 6-0 point differentiation there, and now they've got the win behind them, so I'd probably be looking to plug the corners and play some territory and let the forwards go to work.
6 tries they scored last week against the USA, 5 of those by forwards. To Merchant and Buisa, 4 between them.
Yeah, they were outstanding, the forward pack for the Canadians last week. Big half required of them. Now, as we get ready to kick off, we've got Shayal Robbins-Reti taking our second half kick-off. You know, she's come from the sevens environment, renowned for her drop kick, actually. It's pretty on the money, Shayal. What else do they call her? Juge, Yay. That's what my daughter calls her, Auntie Yay.
It's great human, isn't she? Shay Robbins-Reti. She
is. It's awesome to have her in the 15s environment. You know, her and Renee Holmes both taking their opportunities at fullback there. Shayal with the start this week, Renee last week. So, you know, it's a good competition.
Amber McLaughlin still having a few communications issues. And that'll be in the work-ons for the week.
Everyone's got to review and reflect.
That's right. All right, we are time on. Shay Robbins-Reti with the ball in hand, and she'll kick off. Black Ferns playing into the breeze as they look for a 16th win over Canada. Canada looking for their first over New Zealand. Big play to start. Tafito Lafaeli.
Off the back of a on the point drop kick by Shayal. Puts the Black Ferns in an awesome opportunity to attack right in front of the post here.
Full complement back on deck too for the Ferns. Tanya Kalunabali back in the game. She yellow carded in the first half for a flop. And that one's gone backwards. No, it has not. Alana Bremner comes up with the first error of the half.
How good was that kickoff? And Tafito Lafaele underneath it. She's a tall human, Tafito. She didn't even need to jump.
Some great hang time there on that kick. Hear the word patience.
Crouch.
That is the call.
Bind. Set.
Another big scrum, but De Goody comes off the back, evades the first tackle of Alana Bremner.
The surface looks a bit slippery. You see Fanfinet and De Goody sliding backwards there. Might be a bit of rain dropping down.
Yeah, just a shower passing across at the moment, and that'll slicken things up for sure. Just like that. Oh, she did so well, Leteinga. Now Tui.
Straight into two of Canada's best defenders, Pamphonette and De Goody.
Oh, how good has Pamphonette Buissa's tackling been so far in this game?
She is ferocious.
And tireless too. De Goody with a big ball wide. Looking for someone to break the shackles here. It's Caljavi. Ruck call. Brianna Miller. Holtkamp.
If they can get that ball out, the Canadians, they've got an overlap with some backs on forwards out here.
Can they see it to do it? No, the execution's not there for them either. Ruby Tui picks it up. Scrum advantage applying. Cox edge over the top.
She's seen space in the backfield. No one's back there.
Brianna Miller had to tail back.
Stop, Brad.
And that ball will stay in the field of play. Now Tubic. Remember the words of Coach Wesley Clark. They want to keep the ball in hand in this half. Kaluna Valley with a tap on for Roos.
Great.
Nganwu is there as well in support. Back for Cox edge. Demont finds Tui. Tui throws a forward pass.
I know they're trying to play attack up front on top of the Canadians, a flat attack, but when those passes are sort of getting caught up, we're overrunning our inside attacker, which is there as force the forward pass. But you can see if it pays off, there's opportunity there.
Pamphonette Buissa has just disappeared on the other side of the scrum. Sarah Svoboda, the number 7 this side. Victor Lafaeli, we should point out again, is on starting debut today at number 7.
Bit of magic there shown by the 10, under a bit of pressure.
It's a great play from Taylor Perry. Robin Tretti has to clear the 22.
Stop. On now.
And that kick has not got the distance she was after. Courtney Holtkamp, who I think put Laura Russell out of contention this week for the game after some friendly fire. Took care of her nose.
Oh.
And that has dropped again. Just haven't seen the accuracy from Bukaboom today that we did last week.
Bukaboom will be disappointed with that one. There was a good delivery from the halfback there. I think she was just a bit stationary on that delivery. If she was running onto that, would have been fine. But look at this magic.
Brianna Miller, goodness there. Here's the drop from Bukaboom. Some players warming up, and they want to be warming up too because it's a cold afternoon here in Auckland City. Who blinks first on the substitution front? Cox edge away to Tui, who's looked hungry for work today. Demont cutting back in. Promising here for the Black Ferns as Duplessis takes the tackle of De Goody. Ball is loose again, and they will win the penalty. Not rolling away is the call. It may have come as some relief to the Ferns there, who just didn't have the numbers at the breakdown.
I'm loving the connections between the forwards and the back. You've got Kaipo Olsen-Baker there getting 2 touches on the ball in that play, offloading to Amy Duplessis, who's running hard off her line to come in for a bit of action. There's some good connections there.
Ball's gone into touch. Aisha Letienga thought she was away for a try.
Okay. We've got some subs happening.
Substitute here for Canada. We have Alicia Corrigan coming on to replace Renee Gonzalez on the wing there.
I thought Gonzalez has had a pretty good game on the right wing for Canada today. Ella?
Yeah, I agree, and I thought she's defended quite well as well. She's shut down a lot of the Black Ferns' attack, especially when they've tried to attack down this sideline in front of me here.
Let's come and get set black and I'll call time on. Come in and I'll call time on. Yeah, all right.
45 minutes gone, almost 46 in fact, as Luca Connor looks for a target, finds it. Bremner. Tafita Lafaele then turned it back to Connor. Letienga again, so strong on first contact. Aisha Letienga working miracles on the left wing. Connor again. Coxedge. Tubic tries to go wide. Shale Robbins-Reti did a great job getting the ball to Tui. Ruby Tui in the corner!
Individual brilliance from Ruby Tui. The freedom to chip kick over the top. She got the bounce and she dots down for something that she will be so proud of.
First test try for the Black Ferns for Ruby Tui. And there was some individual magic in the play. Of course there was. Leti Inga started the ball rolling for the Ferns. This from Tubic was outstanding, and that from Robbins-Reti just as good. But look at the finish. Ruby Tui with the chip and chase, the dot down. And she's pumped.
I actually thought the Canadians might have marked that line-out special. We've seen it once before between Luka Connor and Aish Itiainga. But I thought they had it control, but the power that Aish showed to just keep carrying, put the defence behind the gain line and opened up the doors out wide. Great set-piece try.
Well, she'll be so happy, Ruby Tui. We know how much passion she brings to any team she plays for. Special for her to get that first test try. And that might just allow the coaching staff to ring the changes here. Tubic with a tough attempt into the teeth of it. And that will hold up. No conversion, but the try stands. Ruby Tui gets the first of the afternoon. And New Zealand lead 11 points to 0. Ella, a great moment for Ruby Tui, but well set up from that line out.
Yeah, that was great set piece, and that's what you expect from your forward pack to win the set piece and let the backs do the flashy stuff and score in the corner for us.
Just a lift in confidence now. Kaipo, Olsen, Baker. No shortage of runner. Luka Connor. Back-to-back games to remember for the young hooker.
Yeah, she's been outstanding off the back of a great Opiki season with Chiefs Manawa. She's one of the standouts of that competition. And she's been rewarded after last week coming off the bench and adding what she brought to that second half.
Taylor Perry just getting caught up there. That was the wrong place to find yourself as a 10. I can assure you of that. Leti Inga makes yet another carry. Just a little scrappy in the midfield. Straight over the top. Lafaele, who was ranging wide. Can't quite get herself out of the tackle of Bukaboon. Back for Coxedge instead. Kalunavale, brave and good defence from De Goody. Olsen Baker gets an offload away to Duplessis. Big shot on Dumont, but she still manages to get the pass. And here's Tui again. Ruby Tui down the outside, stepping back, and De Goody finishes her off.
No chip kick this time, just straight up the guts, but look at the momentum it's allowed with the forwards now running it through the middle.
It's gone backwards and kicked ahead. Maya Roos was so desperate for the offload. Maybe the set was the better option. As it stands, trouble for Canada as they try and work their way out. Tip mark just going a little high. I would not be surprised to see a TMO intervention on that. Big shot on DeMerchant, finally cleared away by Tessier. Good kick too.
Great exit. Definitely a kick to relieve some pressure for the Canadians. But oh, how about that attack down the blind there? Ruby Tui showed some toe there. Step back in, and then we just seen the type 5 run it up through the middle with an offload game.
Okay, we have a few changes here for the Black Ferns. Just bear with me, everybody. Angel Mulu at number 17 replacing Philippa Love, who's had an outstanding game. Luka Connor being replaced by Georgia Ponsonby and the hooker. Amy Rule back onto the field replacing Tanya Kunavali. And on debut today, number 22, Longo Ipulutu Lemapu Atai, Sylvia Brunt replacing Hazel Tubic.
Done a great job there. Emma Blackwell, well, the TMO is looking at this. And Very good time to make a substitution.
Yeah, look, come up, because we're going to talk through this, okay?
So it's a little bit.
Timely substitution, all right.
Okay. Formal check.
Let's not take away from what Ella just mentioned, though. Sylvia Brunt has run on for her debut, coming out of Ponsonby Phillies to make her debut.
18 years of age.
18 years of age. Tanya Dalton Foundation recipient. She's just an outstanding kid.
She sure is, and the world is about to see how amazing this girl can be.
Well, I can tell you, when her name was read out by the ground announcer here at the start of the match, I think there might be about 2,000 people here just to see Sylvia Brunt today.
Okay, either or. Can we just stand next to
Pretty
each
sure
other
the
so we get
Auckland
clear information?
Storm,
So, Amber, what's gone on the screen
the Blues,
is a high tackle
the
from
Phillies, her schoolmates, everyone will be out
black on red.
watching on TV or here
Okay.
at Waitakere Stadium cheering her on,
Yeah.
and she deserves all of that.
On that one. I've got it falling in the tackle, but
Just
it's
gonna listen in on this.
in the neck area.
No, so what we've got is that one going over the shoulder,
Yeah.
and as it slips over the shoulder, it then makes contact with the neck.
Yeah. I'm looking at it there. I feel it's low danger. Do you agree?
Yeah, so I've got low danger on that one.
So we're just going penalty kick only?
Yep, and indirect as well.
Yes. Yeah. Great. It's just inside the 22, is it?
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah. Okay. Just about 15 out or 20 out.
Yeah, I'll get the exact mark for you, mate, okay?
Okay. Thank you. Guys will just pass it on.
Just going to, once again, grab my axe from the back of the commentary box. That is... It's a card play in a men's game of rugby. Are we... I didn't realise women's rugby had a different set of laws.
I was thinking the same too, Sumo, just then. Like, we see this every day and every week, at least in Super Rugby. You know, the guys are taking 10 minutes in the bin for contact like that. I'm not too sure what's the difference here.
We saw the Mahalia Murphy tackle last week. This one now, just either we have a stipulation around high shots and head protection, or we don't.
Contact number 1.
But you can't have it in the men's game and not implement it in the women's game. Last time I looked, women had brains too, and they're bigger than men's.
Agreed. But on that note, we've seen Angel Mulu come on, so that's exciting to see. She also added value last week against the Australian ladies when she came on off the bench.
Sure did. Back live, the crowd's got themselves worked up here at Waitakere's Svoboda. Good take in the line out. Tatosi, the hookers, had the head bandaged. She left the field for a little blood earlier in the game.
Entry number 5.
Penalty advantage now will go against Jonah Nganwu. But the drive continues for Canada. Pamphonette Buisa heavily involved as per usual. Ball's right at the front of that maul. Canada know they've got the penalty advantage. They can keep it going.
Advantage, new advantage. 4 collapsing.
Tough line that for Caljavi. Easily read too by the New Zealand defence. Georgia Ponsonby in the contest. Miller out to Perry, very deep. It was Alex Tessier and pretty much set up Ellery for that.
I think we see a lot of the time what Aish Letiinga can do on attack, but there is a moment of what she can do on defence too.
Miller again was looking for the inside runner.
No advantage, number 4.
Alicia Corrigan, they'll go all the way back.
Over here, over here. Midfield. In front of me. Collapsing them all, number 4.
When you consider the halftime messaging from the coaches, you'd have to say that the Black Ferns have shown moments of greater patience here, but still a long way from the complete product, the finished product, if you would.
Yeah, definitely. Like Wes Clark said, they're creating opportunities, but just not executing. So we've seen them start with that, and they did really well, but probably not applying that every time. And on the opposite end of it, the Canadian coach talked about sticking the hits and not allowing New Zealand to get game line, and they're probably not nailing that as well.
Angry Coach Day. That's what it is, Liz. It's Angry Coach Day.
Let's set our line.
We just have a change in for the Canadians for the locks. Tyson Bukaboom is being replaced by number 20, McKinley Hunt.
Thanks, Ella. play continues as Svoboda again, who is such a regular target at line-out time. Takes it in for the Canadians. That's the goal line, top right of your screen. Good work driving through, but Kaipor Olsen-Baker eventually is penalised, and there may be more.
Oh no, this isn't a good sign. We've had the double whistle, hand close to the pocket.
There were 2 more entries in the first half. I've just had a chat to your Gores prior to this one. We had number 8 come in the side again. Too many by the Mauls. Number 8 for me. Number 8.
Second yellow card. Kaipor Olsen-Baker is trying to hide behind Ruby Tui.
No, that's card. Number 8. It was number 8. Yellow card. Side entry to the Maul.
Everyone seems a bit shocked at that call, eh? Ruby's trying to... I think Ruby was like, is it me? Is it her? I'll let it be me.
Number 8, side entry.
Kaipor Olsen-Baker made the play and then literally tried to get as far away from the referee as possible. Here it is. And there is no doubt. It's just a bad read from Olsen-Baker. Leaving referee McLaughlin really no choice. Second yellow card for New Zealand in this match, so they're making it hard on themselves. Svoboda again. Again, they'll set the drive. Numbers down, New Zealand under pressure. There's the goal line. Canada trying to get the ball down.
There's no one out there in that blind. That Maul has forced Ruby Tui in. But New Zealand did well. They've turned that over.
That is a big play. And right at the bottom is Maya Roos.
We're going to move it across that way. I think that little patch in there might be okay.
It's a sneaky play from Tui, coming in off the right wing.
Might have got away with collapsing that one there, Ruby. But hey, look. Sometimes the game is also about what you can get away with without being seen. Looks like we're back in that corner though, where the mud's surfacing. It's a bit thick in that corner there. Very tough scrum here on the 5.
Really interesting for me is Aisha Letienga has come as far out to the wing as possible. Would not be surprised.
We have another replacement here for the Black Ferns. Tafito Lafaeli coming for a well-rested break for a good shift out there today, being replaced by another youngster, number 20, Liana Mikaeletu.
Hey Ella, just on that substitution there, they got 2 of our young girls substituting for each other. They got a nickname for each other, don't they? There's 3 of them in the team. Who are those 3 and what's the nickname?
They like to call themselves the Darlings. So we have Liana, Maya and Tafito, 2 of our young Auckland players. Oh, 3, sorry.
It's not out from Cox Edge. Chance now to attack. Yes, it is out, in fact. And it's Black Ferns' ball.
No quick. No quick. Calm down.
Good to see Liana back out on the pitch. I know she's been struggling a little bit with a niggle there. Ella?
Yeah, last week just pulled her hammy, so yeah, really good to see her back out there. She's going to bring that physicality, and we're great to see her with ball in hand.
Slow to form the line out this time, the Ferns. Knocked down from the front, straight to Cox Edge. Looking to play now with some power. Up through the middle is Liana Mikaeletu. Bremner got hit hard by Holtkamp. The ball's gone backwards. Ruahei Demont took a shove after the kick. Ella Reid under pressure from Duplessis. Miller. Holtkamp's done a heck of a job to get back and take a carry. And that one's gone forward. And the Black Ferns.
That's a coach killer again for the Canadians, because they had space and numbers out wide. The whole Black Ferns team, their defensive line was within the goalposts. That really needed to go.
Another change for Canada in the front row. Olivia DeMerchant's coming off, being replaced by number 17, Brittany Cassell.
There we go. Black scrum. First knock on by red.
Duplessis is set up right on the left wing with Aisha Letienga now looking for the run up the midfield, and she does it again. She is a pocket rocket. Now Coxedge takes on the line herself, spells out the side. Maya Roos looking for the offload. Canada will win the penalty as Roos just held on.
And there we go again. What Wes Clark talked about at halftime, creating opportunities, just not executing.
We've seen a number of times on Maya Roos carries where she's looking for that offload, and it's laudable because you've got players around you, but it just puts her in an invidious position when she then goes to set the ruck because she's not ready to set, and that allows the defensive player to get over the top.
Yeah, there's two parts of that, right? There's Maya Roos and her carry and her desire to want to give the offload, but the support person coming through, when they're calling for that ball, they need to be clear for it. Otherwise, they should be telling her to take it to ground, and we just keep building momentum.
It's a great line-out take. I'll take nothing away from Maya Roos. She's had a whale of a game today. They'll be penalised again.
Our discipline is being questioned at the moment. You know, we've got a penalties conceded against 11-4 here. So Blackfern discipline, which has been a bit of a, you know, an ongoing thing, and even, you know, I'll take responsibility for that in our last year end-of-year tour. But yeah, with 2 yellow cards and penalties against us, we just need to maintain our discipline.
No. A replacement here for Canada in the second row. We have Abby DeGood coming on for Courtney Holtkamp, who's had a very good game there.
Yeah, she has had a good game. I was saying earlier she owes Laura Russell a good game after she broke her nose last week. Doing that to your own teammate. It's a good thing they're great friends. Here's a Courtney Holtkamp fact. She's one of 5 sisters. God bless you, Mr. Holtkamp.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that. Let's get it behind first, and then she can adjust from that one as well. Okay. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Honours shared in territory and in possession today. These two teams, but it's 11 points still on the board. That's the one that counts. Coxedge creating a switch play for Demont. Now Tui finds herself on the left wing. Demont is there. Good bridge from her. Back for Coxedge. There is Michaela Tu'u.
Black Ferns might be a bit guilty of not holding their width at the moment. They're still quite congested. If they hold their width, there is opportunity out there.
It's going to be a black scrum.
Coxedge just looking to turn the ball on the inside. They're full of trick plays.
They are. Tricky things they are today. Could probably vary that tricking, you know, all the magic up with just doing some basic things well. Because there is some space out wide. If the Black Ferns can manage to hold their width, still get their decoy runners running, keep their attack flat, some opportunities will present themselves out wide. We've already seen that with the runaways that Ruby Tui's been getting.
All on the open side here. Coxedge finds Demont. Had to go that pass, it does. Here's Shael Robbins-Reti. Just slips over.
I'm not liking Shaya's gone down there. She's done a bit of a goosey there, but she's still down in play. Hope she's okay.
Play continues. Black Ferns looking for the second try of the match. Letiinga, again it is. A spark plug of this side. They carry on, 5 out. Coming back for the penalty now. Maybe a chance to have a break while we assess Robins Reti, who is still down in back plate.
Black sub. Yep.
We have a replacement here for the Black Ferns. Number 9, Kendra Coxedge, is being replaced by number 21, Arihiana Marino Tohinu.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the substitution. Obviously last week Arihiana missed out on getting on the field, one of the only ones to take the field. And I mean, she had an exceptional Opaki season as well, so it's a great substitution. She'll bring the energy. She's full of fire, that girl. She loves the contact. We'll see what she can do in this last 20.
Well, it's great confidence too, isn't it? She's have worked on that.
Yeah, I'm always, you know, I watch these handshakes, and I'm probably one of the oldest in the team. I'm always like, why does no one ever want to make a handshake with me?
Okay, that's right.
Shea Robbins-Reti back to her feet. That's good news. That's massive confidence play, isn't it? Marino Tohinu replacing your most experienced player in a tight game with 20 minutes to go. That's a signal from the coach. You got this. We trust you. Backing your talents.
Yeah, and deservedly so. You know, she's showing what she's capable of representing Kelties Manukau. She's a proud Manurewa girl. She was our starter in the Opaki season, playing majority of the minutes at 9. So it's good to give her a good chunk of rugby to show us what she can do.
Demont finds touch, and it will be the Black Ferns who have the line-out throw, 5 out from the Canadian line. Georgia Ponsonby has the responsibility of finding the target. Does just that. Round the front they come, trick plays on, almost. Amy Rule just short, they go again and they're over. And it's Maya Roos who scores.
Oh, look at that. What a great try. Another set-piece try, another trick play down the blind. Amy Rule fell short, but a great pick and go, and well rewarded for the hard-working lock, Maya Roos.
Great pace on the take from Amy Rule, Ella, and then Maya Roos, who's been in and around it all day long doing the rest.
Yeah, I'm loving the innovation by the Black Ferns, especially at line-out, and awesome for Maya to be rewarded there. She's been having a very good game.
Sorry, Ella, I was just going to say too, if it wasn't Maya, Jonah was going to pick and go that one, I think.
Fighting for the ball.
That second row combination has been full of running today. Maya Kawanako, Lani Roos scoring a try in a test match for her country. What a wonderful moment that is. Tough angle into the breeze, no good from Demont. So the try remains unconverted, but take nothing away. Team try that. 16 points to 0.
We have another sub for the Black Ferns with the veteran in number 23, Renee Whitcliffe, coming onto the field to replace number 15, Shea Robbins-Reti.
How cool is that? To see Renee Whitcliffe back in there. I know she's just got through a hand injury. So it'll be exciting to see those happy feet go to work. Great carry there by Angel Mulu, but unfortunately a knock on there by the Black Ferns.
Well, they've scored that too, again, with 14 players, the Black Ferns. It's almost when they lose a player, they improve. And here's Kai-Paul Olsen-Baker back in the mix.
Looks like Kaipo's gone to the side of the scrum, packing down at 6. Liana's at the back now with the duties of the number 8.
Crouch. Bind.
Things getting a little loose with the high numbers in the front row. Buisa, again, it's been a masterclass on defence today for the Canadians. To make plenty of tackles as well. Only 13 missed tackles in the game.
Advantage. Black collapsing.
Advantage for Canada. Scrum collapsed. An opportunity for Corrigan. Can't get her hands on the ball. They'll come back.
Probably haven't seen enough of that from Sophie de Goody. That was one of the first carries we've seen in a little while. We'd like to see her with a bit more ball in hand. Yeah.
They just haven't had that scrum dominance either, Canada today. They enjoyed it against the States. But Sophie de Goody was a menace out the boot all day long.
What number? 5, yeah.
The Black Ferns have cleared the bench now with number 19, Chelsea Bremner, coming on to replace number 5, Jonah Namu, who's had a very good game at lock.
What a game she's had today. Strong carries. She's been ferocious on defence. It's probably the best line speed I've seen from her in a long time. Ella, would you agree?
Yeah, she's looking pretty sharp out there.
Come in. Come in and sit.
Well, we're going to be discussing our MasterCard player of the match in the next wee while. And there are some definite contenders in that New Zealand pack for sure. Here is Sylvia Brunt. Staying strong in the tackle. Olsen Baker, who's had a 10-minute breather. Back for Demont, who has looked very assured at 12 today. The New Zealand skipper. Marino Tohinu. Got to pass away and looking for the offload again. It's a little scrappy and behind the gain line too. Buisa makes yet another tackle. Dominant. Outside the 22. Ponsonby got a leg drive going in the tackle of Buisa. Marino Tohinu finds Olsen Baker, and again.
Oh, just forcing that pass a little bit too much. That was probably an opportunity to just carry strong and go again. I mean, loving the confidence to let the ball go, but sometimes we just got to pick our moments.
Bring your feet up for me. Try to keep tight up for me. Oh. You do that, I can watch it.
It's almost pathological watching this team at the moment. I feel like they have to have that offload.
I think sometimes defensively too, when you know that a team's going to look to offload, you know, you alter your defense to suit that. So it might be just adding variation for the Black Ferns to just carry a few times to bring their defenders in, the Canadian defenders in, and then look to go and offload. Just mixing it up a little bit.
Perry's moved to halfback, which was a sharp move from Canada against the US. It's de Goody who takes it into contact. Corrigan was there to throw the pass up. De Good taken down on the 22-metre line. Back for Perry. Now Hunt. Perry again. Ball goes through the hands, but backwards. Ferris is there to pick it up.
No back.
Castle.
Ball's gone.
Tessier popping the ball up. No way through for Delika Mena. Here again for Perry. Tessier. Just a fight for the ball between Corrigan and Perry on that occasion.
This New Zealand defence has been ferocious.
And again, great shot on the skipper. The ball looked to have drifted forward, but not adjudged so.
I think that was Renee Whitcliffe coming off her edge there to make that tackle.
De Goody again on the carry. Trying to get on the outside. Down the left-hand touch is Sarah Svoboda. De Goody's lining up for yet another tick. Ooh. And that is down and back play, and that looks painful too.
Ruse flew out of the line. I think that was Maya Ruse flew out of the line.
It was indeed. I think she's clipped a knee on the way past. Ellery. They just cannot make any progress here, Canada. This has been an amazing defensive performance through this movement by New Zealand.
It is. When we talk about sticking tackles, the New Zealanders are doing that and putting immense pressure on. Canada finding themselves going backwards, but here we go.
Corrigan got away from Whitcliffe. Ball was charged. Whitcliffe back in possession. Now Bremner. And we're going to stop. I think there's about 17 players on the ground.
We've got to play it out.
Looks like we've got a bit of cramping going on. Ella, can you see what's happening down there?
Maya's injury, she's been seen to by the doctor. Looks quite serious. Got a Canadian player doing some sort of a planking cramp stretch over here. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but maybe just trying to compose herself a little bit.
Every day's core day. Paige Ferris, who's got some fans in the crowd here. Actually, they even brought a sign along.
Yeah.
Ferris, Maya Roos, well, I'm not sure what she did. There was certainly a contact as she came flying up to make the tackle.
No, you're right. Great.
The Canadians have switched their hookers over again, so number 2, Emily Tutusi, coming to the bench for a rest, and number 16, Veronica Harrigan, back onto the field to close the game out.
Yeah, for about 2. They come. I don't know what happened. It's something. Anyway. You're all good? They're playing on? Okay, it's all right. Got to start. You might not have any stuff left, possibly. I'm not sure.
Now the water's slowly being cleared here, which is good. Duplessis had some electrolytes. She looks like she's back in business.
What do we got, Larissa?
Paige Ferris has done her planking.
So it's no
And
stuff?
Maya Roos, unfortunately, is being escorted from the field by the medical staff. Hopefully that's not too serious.
Sorry. No. It's just that. Your player's gone off, so you got no more stuff.
Ankle maybe? Look at her trying to roll her ankle there.
I think the collision happened at the shin. We just kind of
Water off.
loosen her up a little
What are we
bit
doing
here.
there, Loz?
Bit of a contusion there, eh?
Staying? Okay.
Well, it looks painful, that's for sure. Ruahei Damon just urging her team to finish the job here.
Okay. No, she's staying on.
Still 11 minutes to go in the match. And a good crowd too, turning out to see the Ferns today. One final match day next week. Saturday in Whangarei. We look forward to being in Taitokoro for that.
Hopefully we can put on some sun up north in the warm north.
You know we will.
Glad that the weather held out today. We didn't want our visitors going home thinking we were just a rainy country.
Bit of scrum from the Canadians. Off the back comes Leona Kaili Tu'u, but she runs straight into Pamphonette Buisa, who makes her millionth tackle of the game.
First one in there.
And the turnover play as well. Harrigan. Taylor Perry. Started the game at 10-play halfback, and the pass was far too sharp.
I feel like Maya Roos is still on the field. She is.
Black scrum.
I think what's happened is the Black Ferns have made all their substitutions, and if Maya comes off, no other player can take the field for her.
She's tough.
She sure is. She's a tough cookie, that one.
I think she even made that hit there. Limped back.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Marina Tohinu got a ball away to Brunt. Brunt tried to get it away to Kaipo Olsen-Baker. She couldn't hold on, and advantage applying, and Brunt just came flying through, makes another tackle. She is a player to watch, Sylvia Brunt, on debut.
Bit of a no-look pass there by Renee Whitcliffe. Some of the glimpses of old magic. And then a great line by Sylvia Brunt, and if that ball had If Kaipo had caught that ball, it would have been also exciting to see. But another great strike off set piece, just not executed.
Into the final 10 minutes of the match. Kaipo Olsen Baker, player of the match performance on debut last week in Tauranga. De Goody, away to Perry. Tui trying to step Corrigan. Flat right at the line was Brunt, couldn't handle the pass. As Svoboda makes the tackle. De Goody is still going. She has some motor, Sophie De Goody. Tessier. Maddie Grant now. Manages to get to ground. Demont was all over her. Taylor Perry. Back to Menon. Menon got a short ball off. Tackle finally made by Michaeli Tu. Tessier, De Goody. Brunt makes the tackle. De Goody strong on her feet. Canada very much just trapped in this part of the field at the moment. They can't find a way through or around this Black Ferns defence. Menon, she's doing her best to broach it. Hunt. They set again, it's phase after phase. Svoboda hit hard and Duplessis looking for the intercept play, couldn't reel it in. She's cramped up again. New Zealand down a defender now. Duplessis and Roos is very ginger getting back into position.
No advantage, knock on over here.
And the whistle must almost come as a relief, I think, for everyone.
Yeah, I think especially for the Black Ferns there. I mean, they did well to defend phase after phase, but if it went a couple of phases more, they could have found themselves, you know, a bit short.
Yeah.
Sylvia Brunt there with that big tackle.
Oh, where she is, okay.
I think we're about to see it here on Svoboda.
Canada making some changes here. Number 11, Paige Ferries, coming off, and number 21 onto the field, Anais Holly.
Duplessis' calf, the problem here. Trying to stretch it out. Test debut for Amy Duplessis today. Huge moment, big congratulations to her.
She's played well, Amy. I thought she's been really great with, you know, coming off her line, running some great hard lines, good carries, good defensive effort. Probably just needs to sip a bit more pickle juice next week, but otherwise she's had a great debut.
Chance for this team to close out the win here, make it back-to-back. As the rebuild continues for this Black Ferns side. Not long now, of course, until Rugby World Cup, so limited opportunities between the Pac 4 and the start of that World Cup to fine-tune their game plan in a match situation. But a great chance for the fans to get out and show their support for this team, and there'll be plenty more chances through October and November here in New Zealand as Rugby World Cup 21 is finally played.
Just looking at our crowd there, you can see Grace Brooker in the crowd there, and the Brunt and Nang Wu families proudly supporting their daughters, sisters, nieces. There's Angel Mulu's family. All the signage is out today. Liam, Angel's partner there, holding the L.
Time back on. Knock on by Black. Red strike. Keep that angle straight. Just give me some space for a second. Thank you. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Good shove from the Ferns, but it's Perry who comes away from behind the scrum. Anais Holly into the game and loses the ball. Lana Bremner. There's a lot of stuff in a game that goes unnoticed to Lana Bremner. She's just that kind of player. Now Sylvia Brunt again. Goodness me, what an injection from her, and there she goes! Aisha Letienga hurdles one, heading for the line, taken down by Corrigan. Great defence. Chelsea Bremner, close to the line, over the line. Black Ferns score again.
Off the back of a great run by Aisha Letienga, who just pick and go from the back of that ruck there. Clean break. Set a great platform for Chelsea Bremner to just pick it up and dot down. Oh, it looks like they're actually clapping on Sylvia Brunt there.
Oh, we'll have a look. I could swear it was Chelsea Bremner. Certainly took the carry to the line. That was a great run from Letienga. Take nothing away from Corrigan.
Oh, no.
There's the pickup from Chelsea Bremner.
You're right.
I think Sylvia Brunt does deserve some credit, though. She sparked this team.
She did. Great carry there by her earlier in that passage of play.
Come across a bit.
Again, though, the Black Ferns have just shown that the substitutions they're making are really bringing some energy. I think they call them the spark plugs. They're definitely sparking some energy in these when they're coming on off the bench.
But start setting up for me, though.
Ruahei Demont happy just to wind down the clock here. It's got a tired team. 14 test points. And a chance to add 2 more. 21 points to nil.
Yeah, you're right to go.
And it's over. The captain converts the Chelsea Bremner try. And what a set-up try that was as well. Sylvia Brunt breached the defensive line. Elena, should I say, Aisha Letienga. I've done that twice today. Did Aisha things, and Bremner was quick to the breakdown. That one's gone backwards from Arahiana Marina Tauhinu, and they're away again. Here's Amy Duplessis down the sideline, has Ruby Tui. Tui steps inside. Ruby Tui now race for the line. And Tui will win it, and Tui gets a double.
What a way to sign off these last few minutes of the game. I mean, there's still 4 minutes to play, but to get that try off a kick-off down, great offload by Arahiana Marinotu, Amy Duplessis, who's linked up with her winger, and Ruby still had a bit to do there with a great chase by Sophie De Goody, but she was just too fast.
Amy Duplessis, who's been battling cramp, but what about the line of support from Ruby Tui? De Goody gave it everything she had left, and Ruby Tui able to skip out of a desperate attempt. Great offload this. Ruby Tui with a double today.
It's all good, Saboon. Let's get set.
She'll be loving that, Ruby. After not getting a lot of ball last week in that rain, she's had a field day today with open space, kick and chase, making some good, strong tackles. Awesome finish by awesome finisher.
Just 6-0 at the break, the Black Ferns. And Demont with a chance to blow that out to 30. Just away to the left. No favoured angle that. Ruahei Demont. One thing you've got to say about this team, 28 points to nil, and we know there's been points left out there by this Black Ferns side, but it's the donut that I think is going to please the Black Ferns coaching staff as the kickoff is made again.
Defensive coach, Wes Clark will be happy with the defensive effort by the side today. I think a lot to celebrate on attack as well, but yes, proud defensive display.
Starting to fall off tackles now, this tired Canadian side. Michaeli Tu'u. Maya Montiel on the field for the tireless Menon. Tidy head prop. That one might just go backwards from Ruahei Demont. We'll call that a kick pass. Wycliffe, with all her speed and guile, can't get through to Goody. And de Goody makes a turnover play as well. That is the most indefatigable rugby player I think I've ever seen. She never quits, Sophie de Goody. Tui decides to kick for touch and just bring things to a pause.
Are we outside?
No, you're right about de Goody. She's a class act. I mean, we know that she used to be a back and now she plays in the front. But looking at the screen now, we have our Pacific Force Series MasterCard Player of the Match, number 11 for New Zealand, Aisha Leteinga. She has been indestructible today. Every opportunity she's had to carry that ball, she has made gain line, multiple defenders having to try to attempt to bring her down.
There was a roster of names you could rifle through for a Player of the Match performance, but there's just something special about the way Aisha Leteinga creates opportunities for those around her.
100%. Tafito Lavaele had a great game. Philippa Love, you know, really stamped her mark in the number 1 jersey. Hazel Chubik showed what she's capable of at 10. There's been some... Ruahei Demont has played outstanding at 12. There's been some great performances.
Yeah, you're all good.
I know our sideline commentator, Eloise Blackwell, mentioned Ruahei Demont in dispatches.
Crouch. Bind.
Final 10 seconds of the game, regulation time at least. It's been a long half, a few breaks for injuries. De Goody off the back again. Gets a fend working on her opposite, Kaipo Olsen-Baker. There's the siren. Canada will throw everything at this. They want some points out of the match. Perry to Holly. And Nace Holly takes it into contact. Ball is there. Not overly secure. Perry to de Goody. Takes a couple of steps on the spot before finally brought down. Oh, flying up to make that tackle was Leteinga.
And if anyone at home was thinking, oh, does she deserve Player of the Day? Well, she's just shown why she does. She's just added something else in those dying seconds.
Ruby Tui has the final say, and the Black Ferns have gone back to back. Australia last week, Canada this, 28 points to 0.
The girls are celebrating something special at the moment. They know that how much they needed to come out and show something different from what was displayed last week. We showed glimpses, or not just glimpses, we showed moments and moments of brilliance on attack. And then what a superb defensive effort by the Black Ferns today. Very proud. The coaches will be happy, and still knowing there's opportunity to be better.
Well, a big win, a big second half, really. 6-0 at half-time, 22 points for the Ferns in the second half. 2 tries to Ruby Tui, 1 to Roos, and 1 to Bremner, Chelsea Bremner. And the 2 Ruby Tui tries, well, they're ones to remember, that is for sure. The first involved some individual brilliance with the chip and chase from Tui. The second involved an incredible breakout from Amy Duplessis. A bit of everything in this game. They had to work hard at it as well. Break this Canadian defence down, break down their resolve. There was a lot to be tried, a lot to be tested, new combinations in place as well. So I'm sure skipper Ruahei Demont and the coaching staff will be deep down very, very pleased with the effort shown from their team today. Well, let's head now for some insight from our captains. We'll start with Ruahei Demont, who joins Laura Tupou.
Ruahei, congratulations. Wayne Smith wanted that fast and expansive rugby. Do you feel like you executed that today?
I think we executed it in patches. There were probably parts where we were unable to execute that, but from last week I think our entire team and our entire squad has stepped up and we're playing with a lot more flair.
You had to bed in a few new players this week. How well do you think the team gelled?
Each week, it doesn't matter whether we're playing, whether we're training, I think our team gels great on and off the field. We've put a big emphasis on whanaungatanga this year, and I think that we're reaping the rewards of that on the field.
Ruby Tui got her first test try, got a double even. How magical was that?
It's so cool. Ruby's such a humble player. She's obviously great on the field, but I think what people don't see is how great she is off the field and how much she encourages the girls and brings everyone together.
You managed to keep Canada scoreless today, testament to your defence.
Yeah, it was tiring. They threw everything at us. We've got a few sore bodies and a few of the girls were pulling up with cramp at the end, but I think that just shows how much this jersey, this legacy means to us.
USA next week, what will you be looking to do?
To be honest, we haven't looked at them yet. We've just been focusing on this game, so I'm sure that our coaches and our analysts have already previewed them. We'll enjoy this moment right now, and then tomorrow we'll look at our next opponent.
Kia ora.
Tēnā koe.
Always composed. Ruahei Demont never gets ahead of herself. She's humble in victory, and she's honest in defeat. And her counterpart for Canada, a very similar personality. Let's go and hear from her now. Here's Sophie de Goody.
Sophie, scoreless on the board today, but you put up a good fight.
Yeah, we're disappointed for sure. I don't think there's any other way to spin it. Thought we had the ability to win today, so to come away scoreless is disappointing, but we'll learn a lot from it. All credit to the Black Ferns and their defense. They were really physical today, and like I said, we'll learn from that and hopefully have another shot at them in a few months' time.
What do you think let you down today?
I think our ability to win collisions was not where we know it can be, and at times, because we weren't winning those collisions, we were having to backpedal, and our line speed wasn't what we prided on being.
Pam Finette-Boyser had a standout game though.
Yeah, Pam is always great for us. She does a really good job of getting us going forward. Like I said, very physical, and we need that, so she did awesome today.
You'll be back at this arena for the World Cup later this year. What did you make of the venue?
It's great. New Zealand's been so welcoming to us, not only this venue, but all across the country, so we're really excited to have a World Cup here.
Best of luck for next week.
Thank you.
Yeah, the two captains in contrasting moods, as one would expect, and plenty of emotion still out there on the field as well. Our MasterCard player of the match was a tough decision today, but it is Aisha Letiega, and it's presented today by our fan of the match, courtesy of MasterCard, Indiana Parkinson. She plays for the mighty Waitakere under-11 Wahine Toa and loves being a part of an all-girls team. Good on you, Indiana. We'll see you when you're a Black Fern yourself. Our MasterCard player of the match, Aisha Letiega, with our fan of the match, Indiana Parkinson.
Aisha, congratulations.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm a bit puffed out.
I know this meant something for you. A few tears there?
Yeah, well, I have my family here. I didn't have them last game, so this one was for them.
Did you feel their support from the crowd?
Definitely, and I have my mum and my granddad watching over me, so I couldn't be more proud.
You had some great carries there today. What did you make of the game?
Oh, full credit to the girls. They did the hard work, and they just gave me the easy stuff.
Lots of love for the Black Ferns today. Did you feel that?
Yes, I'm so proud of our girls. We came out here firing from the first minute to the end.
It's quite a fast game today. Do you think that played in your favour?
Definitely. Full credit to the Canada girls. They gave us a good run. Their physicality was second to none, and I'm so proud of both teams.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Oh, she's great. Aisha Letiega. I've been trying to convince the word is Elena Saili all day today for some reason. Real brainworm that. Okay, one last match day of this Pacific, 4 to come. That is on Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Canada take on Australia, and then it is New Zealand against the United States. That's at 4 p.m. Both those games from Tull Stadium in Whangarei. And look at the emotion. Swept up in the crowd. The Black Ferns get the job done. Their fans are happy. They're happy. It's been a pleasure to have your company. We trust you've enjoyed our coverage wherever you're watching around the world. On behalf of our Spark Sport team, we wish you a very safe Sunday night.